Okay, guys, we're live. I think I got my mic level fixed. As soon as somebody gets in here, if it's not, let me know. Chris couldn't be here today, uh, but we do have a special guest. We got to probably, I mean, he says he's one of the best deer hunters or the best deer hunter that's ever lived. Uh, I don't really know his real name. He goes by Big Daddy Warbucks, if that kind of gives you any idea on what we're dealing with here. Uh, it was kind of a whole big ordeal getting him on here. We had to go through his agent, and it was a lot of back and forth, and uh, I mean, lots of emailing, and they sent over press packets, headshots, PowerPoint videos, and I mean, they even sent over like a list of adjectives, you know, that I was supposed to try to sprinkle into the interview. They're really concerned with how he comes out looking, in this deal. And to be totally honest, I haven't really spoken to him. We had a short. We did a sound check a little bit ago, and it was kind of disappointing. Like this this dude's really a douchebag. I think he probably pulled one over on us, but throw some comments out there when y'all get here, and we'll try to give this dude a hard time because I mean he's a typical deer hunter. He's totally full of himself, and yeah, just wait till you see this guy. But I'm gonna bring him on. He's backstage. I'm gonna put him up here, and it's gonna be painful, but let's get this thing started.
Well,
Oh,
Ted, I just want to tell you that I'm kind of appalled that you would introduce me like that. I mean, you can see by my trophy wall in the background here that I'm not, there wasn't any bull crap on this
oh, I
whole.
didn't. I didn't know you could hear me.
Yeah. Oh, well, you probably don't realize that I could hear you, but yeah, backstage you can hear you.
Oh, I didn't realize you could hear
Bro,
me.
I'm telling you right now, this isn't the way to get a podcast started off on the right foot. I'm here to build unity between my community and your community, and you're like
Well,
dissing
yeah,
me the whole time.
yeah. I mean, I apologize. Like I didn't know you could hear me, and I sincerely apologize. Uh, let's put that behind us and let's just move. Let's just move forward.
Well, I
You
mean,
know.
I'm just here to simply, lay out the fact that we can all get along as as long as as long as you, bro, as long as you know that my form of hunting is the best form of hunting. And I have no problem with dog hunters and stuff like that. I think you guys should be allowed to run like, into March and part of April without any problem. You wouldn't be interfering with me at all.
Yeah, or I mean, we could easily take the months of like July and August. You know, I'm
Um,
with you. I'm with you on that. I mean, that would be fair.
July and August,
Yeah.
dude, I'm like getting my food plots ready then, and they're all coming in, and I get those set up in my sanctuaries, and I'm totally ready for nobody to be in there. I mean, like I take 4 showers with scent proof soap before I even think about going into
You
my
don't even
my sanctuary.
you got a problem with dogs running through your food plots?
Dude, there's no way, bro. I mean,
I
once
mean,
that no, I mean after June 1st, I don't I don't allow any of that kind of stuff on my property.
you don't allow it.
No, I like keep. I've got my cell phone trail cameras hooked up to my Apple Watch, dude, and that's like I just got an alert right now. It's
Yeah,
got
yeah, I know those. I deal with that. You know, people like you and the you can't even trust. Used to you could trespass and they didn't find out till they went and checked their SIM card, but now it goes straight to your watch.
I spent a lot of money. Me and the guys down at the plant, we all spend a lot of money to co-op on these places and put in food plots and do all this stuff. And it doesn't matter. We get all kinds of dude. There's all kinds of people running through our place all the time. Took us a long time to get a handle on that, and now we're to the point where we've actually built these deer sanctuaries. It took a lot of work to build this 15 acres into a deer mecca.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I get you. We all spend a lot of money. Uh, Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
What kind of beer are you drinking? Beer there, Ed? What kind of beer you drink?
I'm drinking water.
Oh, you're drinking water?
Yeah, staying hydrated.
Oh, well, I'm
I mean, you can drink beer if you want to drink beer. We don't have any. I mean, you're allowed to drink beer on the show. I normally do, but tonight I'm not. Just straight water.
yeah.
I wanted to.
I've watched some of your stuff in the past. I've noticed you drink, those yellow jackets that you see on Yellowstone, and I can tell you're a Yellowstone fan type
I've
guy.
actually never seen it, but
You've never seen Yellowstone?
I've never
Dude,
seen it.
I'm repping the brand like right now.
Oh, are they a sponsor of yours?
I'm strictly a fan. They don't give me any money for anything. I have driven past the Dutton Ranch and thought about stopping and trying to get permission. There's some huge bucks out there in that area, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you do realize it's like a TV show, right? It's not real.
Dude, I'm telling you, the train station is a real place. There's no doubt in my mind. I'll take a coon dog to the train station. Catch him on my trail cams. I'm taking that coon dog to the train station.
Yeah, let's, the reason why I'm not drinking beer is because I knew that I wanted to keep my wits about me. You know,
What kind of beer do you drink when you drink?
I'll drink any kind of beer.
Do you like IPAs?
I'm not a big fan of IPAs.
Well, nobody is really. We just got to drink
I'm,
them because it's part of the lifestyle. If you go to the backcountry bros and fishing dudes pint night, and you whip out like a lager or like a natty light or something, man, I'm telling you, you get laughed out of the place.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I totally get like the whole culture behind IPAs, and they're super cool. I'm just not cool enough. Like I don't own a pair of glasses like that. I think you have to have a pair of glasses like that to be able to drink IPAs, and
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
just, I'm,
Well, I don't know about the glasses part, but not very many people can wear glasses like this. And
no, no, no. It takes a special kind of person.
yeah, for sure,
It
for
takes a,
sure.
but let's get into it.
Oh, you got questions and stuff?
Yeah, I prepared for this. I wrote down some
Oh,
questions. I got them on cards because I knew like that I was going to be a little bit nervous to be in
well,
the
Ned,
presence.
Ned, there's no reason for you to be nervous. You
Yeah, I'm
know,
not. I'm not. I mean, once that I met you, yeah, I'm totally not
okay,
nervous.
yeah, you can be
But
cool.
I,
We can
you
be
know,
cool. We can be
I
cool.
still, I still have the cards, and
Good
we'll
deal.
just go with that.
All
So,
right.
the first question kind of goes down to, just like you, like, what it's like to be you. So, I can't relate, but how does it feel to be such an alpha, stone cold predator?
Well, I always tell people that if you know who Fred Bear is,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, if Fred Bear and the that Crush girl got together and had a baby, it would have been me. It
Crush
would-
Girl. What's
yeah,
that?
that hottie from Iowa.
I'm not, I guess I'm not
Yeah, if Fred
familiar.
Bear. Holy crap, my mic.
Oh, yeah. Are you telling me that mustache is fake?
Well, I had some of this. We've got a new product line out. It's called D's Buck Nuts,
Hey,
and
hey, I gotta stop you there, Warbucks. Like, uh, if you're just gonna come on here and like do product placement and pitch all your sponsors, like,
well, you need to hear about this. These buck nuts. It's a hair product for beards, and you've got a beard. You got a nice one there, man. The only reason I wear a fake one, I mean, I'm I don't want to reveal my real face on this show, so I but these buck nuts. This is one of our products, and it's we actually take uh, deer glands and grind them up and just like it's an animal fat based type product, and
okay,
so it not only does it nurture your beard, but it's also an attractant when you're sitting in your tree saddle.
okay, so it's from does.
Well, it depends on what time of the year it is. I mean, if you're talking pre-rut stuff, then you want to smell like an intrusive, invasive buck in that area, so that the big buck will come in and see who's like snooping around in his area.
Well, I mean, I'm just asking, so I want to know what time of the year I need to apply this product to my beard.
Well, we've got three different formulas right now. We've got early season, which is mainly food product based, like depend if you hunt down south in Georgia and Mississippi or Michigan too. Michigan we use sugar beets up there in the product, but down south it's strictly corn. So early season would be that food product type stuff, and then we've got a pre-rut, which is like straight D's buck nuts, and
Okay.
it just I mean it when you smell this stuff. This is the pre-rut.
Well, I mean, we can't smell it.
Well, I like smelling it. I mean,
I
because
imagine you do. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I rub it on my beard. I got it on there. I wear it even out of deer season. But
Do you, I mean, do you? Just judging from the glasses, you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you pull plenty of tail. Uh, but do you
whitetail,
find what's that?
whitetail.
No, I'm talking about human female tail.
Oh,
But
dude.
do you find
Oh,
that? Do you find that? What was the product name again? Go ahead. I'll let you pitch it again.
it's D's Buck Nuts.
Okay, yeah. Do you
Well, This
find
is
that?
this is just one of our product lines here.
Well, I imagine.
Some
But
other
does that
stuff.
work? Do you think that works with humans of the female gender?
Well, I can tell you this: if you would use stuff like this, you could get rid of that ed in the first part of your name. Um, that's what it does. You could replace
So
it.
it's also a male enhancer.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I mean it's
What does one of them little jars go for?
oh you can order. We have them on in our store for $39.99 for that little tin right there, and that's a deal. That's a deal.
Yeah, I mean it looks like it's got to be at least 2 ounces, right?
Yeah, that's a full 2 ounce can.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. I mean that's not a bad
When you
deal,
got
I
when you
guess.
got when you got you can use it on your hair too. So
Is that so? You know, for the people listening, that's at BigDaddyWarbucks.com. Is that where they can
yeah,
get it? Okay.
yeah. Or you can just search, do the old Googler search at D's Buck Nuts and pop right up.
Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to serious business. Next question I got for you here is
Hang on a second, Ed. I'm getting
getting some,
I,
got some
my
poachers.
my trail camera went off. I had to check it. I had to check it.
Is it deer or is it poachers?
Oh, it's a deer. It's a
Okay,
deer. You want to see it?
sure. Throw it up there. Let's see it.
Let's see if we can. Well, let me see if I can figure out how to get that up there. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's. We talked about it earlier. It's the button on the right.
yeah. Let me see. It was just a doe and a fawn, and my doe to buck ratio is kind of out of whack right now. We're getting it right where we want it, and but right now that's good. That's a good spring crop. I can recognize that fawn. That's out of old Mossy Horns himself. Um, and that doe, I'm pretty sure I got a picture of her last year on my camera. and we just call her Debbie Doe, and we watched Mossy Horns actually breed her on our trail cam.
Okay, so on your 15 acres, I mean, you've literally got this down to genetics. Like you're understanding
Oh yeah,
genetics.
for sure, for sure. Yeah,
I mean,
we
are
had
you,
to go through the whole property. We went through the whole property, and this is another service we offer is we consult with people. And I mean, if you can look at the wall behind me and tell that I've got the goods to be able to consult on this stuff. The first thing you got to do when you go into any property is cut all the trees down, hinge cut them, and if you can see through your woods, then you're not going to hold bucks. But that also gives us the opportunity to really clear some land and put in the food plots
you're
because
talking, but you're, just to clarify, you're talking on 15 acres.
well, that's just one property. We got another 5 acre property down in Georgia, right
Oh,
next to a hunt club. Those deer
mhm.
dogging guys, they screw it up for us all the time. We bought me and some guys from the plant. I'm a solid waste engineer, and me and the guys in the plant, we pooled our money and we went down there and we bought 5 acres to have our own place to deer hunt down there, and we're surrounded on three sides by a daggone dog club down there, and
How many of you went in on that 5 acres?
it took seven of us.
Seven, yeah. Okay.
It's not
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, it's not funny.
I mean,
It's
did I
totally it's totally not funny. But let's get back to the questions because
sure,
I've got some
sure,
stuff I
be
want to hit
glad to.
on, and you're a little bit long winded. Uh, this is kind of like an open ended, kind of a real broad question.
Sure.
But
What was your
did he?
first question? What was your first question? What was it like to be me? Right?
Yeah, well, like what
Did I
it
answer
was.
that? Did I answer that question?
I think you've already answered that.
Okay.
I don't remember if you answered it, but you've answered it.
Thanks, Ted.
Yeah. So did he really not go 20 yards?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, I mean, when you shoot a deer, you drop them point. I mean, they just drop, right? Every time.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna be straight about it. Uh,
Let's be. We're here to be totally straight.
oh, well, then let's just be straight about it. You know, most deer, when they're hit right, you know, especially if you're using like a mechanical head broadhead and shoot it out of a crossbow, then they're not going to go more than 10 yards. But
I was going to ask you. So you're a big crossbow hunter?
I can hunt with everything. I hunt with
Okay.
all kinds of stuff. I got 6.5 Creedmoor and a crossbow, and that those are main. And if I do shoot a muzzleloader, then I'm like using high tech stuff. I mean, can you imagine? You asked me in the first question how what it was like, and can you imagine if you're trying to teach Fred Bear how to use some of this technology today? He wouldn't know how to check his trail cameras on his cell phone.
You
He
probably
wouldn't even know
wouldn't.
how to do that stuff, let
You
alone
probably,
read
you
it,
probably wouldn't.
read a ballistics chart off the app on his phone to kill deer.
Yeah. That brings up another question. Let me try to find this here. Uh, you brought up Fred Bear and how he couldn't probably check cell cameras. But is it really possible to shoot deer without corn? I mean, just shoot straight with me here. Can the average guy actually kill a deer without corn?
Well, you can as long I think you can. I like to feed a lot of corn in the off season just to hold the big bucks on my property. Um,
Are you talking about the 15 acres or the five, or probably both, right?
both places. The thing that drives me
Yeah.
crazy is about feeding corn in the off season is those daggone coons that come in there and just clean me out. Coons and hogs and the place we got in Michigan. We got a whole 10 acres in Michigan that we're hunting on, and the bears wipe us out there. But
Okay.
yeah, So I think corn's important, but the key to that is those food plots, man. I'm telling you, when you plant the right brassicas and your annual greens and your switch grasses and your blue stem clovers, and you couple that with hinge cutting all the trees on the place, and you put your you can totally set your shooting platforms, your shooting houses up, and be real successful.
So you cut your hardwoods as well, then, right?
Well, I don't know that. What do you mean hardwoods?
Well, like mass producing acorn trees.
You mean acorn? Acorn
Yeah,
tree?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
We
I
got a
mean,
little bit of a we got a little bit of a geographical difference in.
well, here's the deal. When I go in there and I'm creating habitat for these deer, and that's the main thing is creating this habitat. And I mean, sometimes I remember to pull my phone out and take a picture of the leaf and run it through my app on my phone to figure out what kind it is. But
Yeah,
the main thing I'm looking at is creating these thick habitat areas that are just going to be buck sanctuaries.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going good. I gotta say, you're really throwing some knowledge at everybody, and we're coming into deer season. It's
I'm
probably been.
that's why I'm excited to be here. I mean, if you'd asked me next week, I probably wouldn't be available.
Oh yeah, you'd be busy.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
and where are you at again? Like our deer season kicks off October 1st. Where are you at? When does yours start?
Well, Kentucky's already rolling. We've made some trips to Kentucky, and we've done some sits and some tree saddle. Well, we're using tree saddles down there. Nobody uses tree stands anymore. We're using those tree saddles down
What's the
there.
difference? What's the difference? I'm not familiar with that term.
Tree
Tree.
saddle?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I can't believe you haven't heard of a tree saddle. It's like it gives you so much freedom. You're not packing in a tree stand and sitting in there and the cumbersome. I mean, you can get everything you need for a tree saddle in there. Probably weighs like 25 pounds, and that old Summit climber that I had, that thing weighed like 31 pounds, and it's really cut down my mobility to be able to be on the move and hunt the deer and pattern stuff, and it doesn't tie me down to one spot. So it's just tree saddle.
So I
Kind
mean,
of
if if you're hunting out a tree stand, you're obviously leaving some trees on your 15 acres and your 5 and your 10, or you hunt fence lines.
a lot of fence line stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, right around the food plot, we might leave like a tree standing out there in the food plot so that we can hunt out of our tree saddle.
Yeah. Well, let's move on.
Good,
There's a lot of people.
good questions. Appreciate it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that want to rise to your level. You know, in the deer hunting world, and I see you shaking your head. No, I'm not saying that they can, but what's the fastest way? I mean, we're we're worried here about speed. So, what's the fastest way that you think a guy can become an elite deer hunter like yourself?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Ned. You know, one of the things that you got to take into account is there's really no peace in it. I feel like I'm
There's really no what?
peace. There's no peace
Peace. Okay.
it being at the top because just like I mean, you guys were sending me requests to appear on the show. I've got to do another show, a couple days from now. I've got to keep up my TikTok and all that sort of stuff. So, before anybody gets any crazy ideas that they want to be an elite deer hunter, then just know that your life as you know it is going to be over. You're going to have to wear fake mustaches and drink IPAs at the backcountry bros and fishing dudes pint nights all over the place. They're going to ask you to come and talk.
Yeah. What was that IPA you were drinking?
Uh, this is a pumpkin squash blend, Ryan Guy's Truth. I only drink Truth because that's what I deal in. Deal in truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Never been a fan of the IPAs myself, but
Well, nobody, like I said, nobody is.
Nobody really likes them.
If I wasn't drinking an IPA, it'd probably be like a peach bush light or maybe a ranch water or something like that.
Yeah, you got to hold the label out because that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Uh, I got another question for you, uh, and I don't want you to take offense at it.
I don't know how I could be offended after all the things you've already said.
Well,
I'm thick-skinned, Ned.
yeah, I can totally see that. But so what does your boyfriend think about you being a hunter, deer hunter, an elite deer hunter?
Are we gonna make this about sex? This is like the second sexual question that you brought up.
Oh well, I mean, I just assumed. Maybe I assumed wrong.
Why would you
If I,
assume that? I know what my pronouns are. I mean, look, Big Daddy. I know.
yeah, I mean, it sounds a bit gay. I mean, just to be totally honest, it does sound a little bit gay.
Are you homophobic, Ed?
No. Uh, let's just scratch that question. You don't want to get into
It's a little
your
personal. A little personal.
into your bedroom personals. Uh, this next question.
It'd be like me asking you what your sheep think about you, hunt.
They don't have a problem with it. The next question, I'm kind of hesitant to ask it because it kind of plays off that last one, and that one didn't go too good, but not totally. Okay, just bear with me here. This one's a little bit long, but as a white collar feminine man, are you hunting to gain masculinity? And it's a two-part question. And are there any exercises you do in the off season to get you ready for deer hunting?
We're going to skip over that first part because I think we've already covered some ground on talking about sexual preferences and stuff. We're here to talk about hunting. And I think it's interesting that you bring up the physical fitness part because I do hold a rainbow belt down at the CrossFit gym. And
you're a big CrossFitter?
you're not? You're not
No.
a CrossFitter?
No. I mean, I'm not throwing any kind of shade or anything. I just
Ned, I'm telling you, man, bro, you gotta go. We could have you PR, and it'd be easy for you in the beginning because like you'd be PRing every workout. Every workout you get better, and you just keep PRing. Before you know it, you'd be like hard as a rock, washboard abs, drinking IPAs. You'd be able to.
Yeah, once again, I mean, you're kind of throwing some of them gay vibes. But let's skip over that. But so what? So as a big time CrossFitter, what are some exercises that you focus on leading up into deer season that help you?
If you're doing CrossFit the way you're supposed to do CrossFit, you can do anything, man. You can be like an MMA fighter. You can run marathons. It's all about getting in the gym and putting in the work and the time. I mean, you can do anything.
Yeah, it's a lot like hunting.
It's an overall body workout, dude.
Yeah. Let's go to. We've got some listeners here.
Have you ever done a muscle up? How many muscle ups can you do, Ned?
A muscle up?
Muscle up. Yeah, you don't know what a muscle up is?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'll tell you. Then if you do one, you're going to PR, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What is it?
Jim, you'd be like feeling like a new man.
What is a muscle up?
A muscle up's like a chin up on steroids, dude. Like you do the chin up and then you're on top of the bar. You go up above the bar. The bar actually holds you to the earth because after you've done CrossFit for a while and you start doing chin ups, they get too easy. And as you're doing them, your body kind of rockets toward the sky and defies gravity. And you got to hang on to the bar to keep from spinning off into the ozone layers.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, I've never done that. But like I said, let's scoot on to some people that are listening, they got some questions for Warbucks here. Joe thinks he saw you at Walmart today. Did you make a trip to Walmart? Load up on some scent lock
Probably getting some protein powder.
protein powder. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
I was
still
also checking to see if they had some of these Bucknuts products back there in the sporting goods section.
we got another one here from Alex, and I don't think this is going to go over really well, but he wants to ask it, so let's throw it at Warbucks. He says his secret is a great spotlight. Do you ever do any spotlighting?
Yeah, I mean, all year long we go out and we spotlight and stuff. You're kind of getting into. I'm not sure if I need to consult my attorney on when I'm answering this
Okay.
type of question or not.
Yeah, we can drop that.
Yeah.
We got the gist.
Where I'm at, you know, going out and just looking at deer with the spotlight isn't a crime as long as you don't have a bow or a gun.
Okay, so you're looking over your genetics at night.
Well, yes, surveying the genetics on my property.
Okay, so 10 Grizz, he's kind of going back to that whole, sexual orientation thing there. Let's just skip
I'm
over
not sure
that.
what's going on with all you guys' fascination with
I
my.
know.
It's kind of
You're,
kind of weird.
why I brought it up is because, me and your agent went back and forth.
That's not what he's saying. Look, dude, you're always trying to throw this in the gutter here, Ned. Says, does Big Daddy hunt big bucks in their bedroom? Absolutely. That's why we
Okay.
cut that stuff.
Okay, I was thinking in your bedroom.
Oh,
I
my
thought-
bed.
I thought it was like a reference, but you're right.
Yeah, their bedroom. Their
Their
bedroom, Ned.
I need to get my head out of the gutter. 10 Grizz has another one. Yeah, it's just kind of an interesting comment. It's not really pointed at
No, I'm not sure what.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
So let's get back to my questions. It's something that's always kind of you got another.
You use
trophy?
game cameras? You use game cameras?
I don't.
Man, I'm
You
telling you.
Do you get another pic showing up?
Yeah, I got another pic. It just popped up on my phone.
Throw it up. Let's all take a look at it.
This was actually down on my property, that 5 acres we've got down in Georgia that's surrounded by the hunt club. And this is how I know that them deer dogs screw up deer hunting. Every time, and I know there's those deer that scare the dogs because every time the gate creaks over there, all the deer end up over in our food plot.
Oh, that's on your 5 acres in Georgia, huh?
That's yeah, that's our
Yeah, they're still in pretty heavy velvet.
yeah. We call that Southern Comfort.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's
So
the
you
Southern
never really answered my question, and your agent was kind of elusive on it as well. But where are you located at?
Well, I mean,
know you hunt. I know you hunt all over, but
do you know where Ted Nugent is all the time?
no, I don't.
Well, then why would you think you ought to know where I'm at all the time, Ned?
Well, I just want to know where your house is at. Like, where do you lay your head most
After all the
nights?
sexual questions you've asked me, I don't think I feel comfortable letting you know where I live. Come on now, dude.
I'm sorry for the sexual questions. I apologize immensely. Let's get back to the questions.
That'd be
We're
great.
getting off-
Thanks,
we're
Ted.
getting off track.
Yeah.
This is something that's always, I've always wondered, but are Cadillac Escalades 4-wheel drive?
They're all-wheel drive on.
All-wheel drive?
I mean, what's the difference?
I'm not real sure. But I mean, you get around your 15 acres okay with the all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I have to stay out of there is like after a heavy rain or a good heavy frost, then I don't try to drive the Escalade back. Besides, I mean, we're building sanctuaries. Why would I drive an Escalade back there?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I just thought 15 acres. It's so big. Like, you don't
I'll
want to
get a
walk.
side by side for that.
Okay, so you pull it side by side and then you use that
Yeah, yeah, with the
to tra-
Escalade.
to traverse the 15 acres.
100.
That
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
Uh, Jake's got a real controversial question here,
Oh my
and
goodness.
you've been very elusive on where you're from, and this might narrow it down a little bit. Do you put beans in your deer chili?
I can't imagine eating chili without beans in it, and
Okay,
and spaghetti too. You got to put
bean.
spaghetti in it. Are there people that don't eat spaghetti and beans and chili?
Oh yeah, there's yeah.
Seriously?
So you're not from Texas. You're not a Southerner because it's a big Southern debate.
Well,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I put beans in my chili, deer chili or cow chili, whatever.
yeah, I'd say deer chili is got whatever you can get in there, cover up the nasty taste of that stuff.
Nasty taste of what?
Deer.
Deer. Roy says he thinks you drive an Avalanche, not an Escalade.
Well, I drive an Avalanche when I go to Idaho because I fit in more in Idaho and an Avalanche.
There, so you've got both.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have figured a man of your, you know, skill level has quite a few cars to pick from.
But my favorite's my Honda Ridgeline. Gets good
Honda
gas.
Ridgeline.
It's
Oh,
a Honda.
that's that one that's got the weird like slant back from the cab to the bed.
Well, Avalanche has a weird slant but it just
Yeah, you're right.
cosmetic is all it is. I mean, it's full bed back there.
Yeah, it kind of I can't get over the look of it. To your benefit, Jake says if you put beans in your chili, you're not gay.
Thanks, Jake. That's cool.
Jake, that
We
means a
can be
lot.
bros. We
That
can be
means a
bros. Hey, Jake, I don't know where you're at, man, but I'm gonna be doing an event. Where's Jake from?
he's in Texas, South Texas,
Oh, I'll be down in Texas. We're gonna have a
East Texas,
East Texas. We'll be down there doing.
Southeast Texas.
That's a big. You got to be more specific here, Ned, because Texas is a big place.
It is a big place, Southeast Texas.
Okay, I'll be doing a show down there for the backcountry bros and fishing dudes doing a pint night down there next month. So Jake, I'll let you know. Follow me, and you'll figure out where it's at. I'll put an announcement. Well, hang.
What was the name? What was the name of that again?
What?
The event you're putting on. What was the name of that again?
It's a pint night for the backcountry bros
and fishing
and
dudes.
Fishing dudes.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of people?
It's a national organization. It's a national organization. I'm a spokesperson.
Okay. So you're just the figurehead for the organization, or is it?
No, I don't have time to run an organization.
Okay.
They just, I'm just.
You're the face of it.
Yeah, I guess if that's what you want to say. I mean,
Okay.
I try not to get into that part of it, but they do keep me booked up and pretty busy with these pipe nights.
IPAs, I imagine.
Yeah, why would you drink anything else at a pint night?
Okay, so we kind of alluded to this a little bit
The only
earlier.
thing you're allowed to drink other than that is like a yellow jacket, because Rip drinks those on Yellowstone, and you can drink those. You can drink,
yeah, it's
or ranch water. You can drink ranch water.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's get back to it. You kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier, but so when you do have dogs come on your 15 acres, your 15-acre ranch or your 5-acre ranch, when you're shooting dogs, do you prefer to shoot hounds or do you like curs better?
Shooting dogs.
Yeah.
You're trying to hem me in with some of these difficult questions again here. And I mean, there's a reason why they call it shoot, shovel, and shut up. You don't talk about it after you do it, Ned.
Well, I mean, I get that. This podcast doesn't have a huge reach. It's just a simple question. Hounds or curs? I mean, which do you prefer? We don't need specifics. We don't need specific case numbers.
Well, I'll tell you, I just put down whatever's trying to chase my deer. That's the
Oh,
key. Okay, if you're going to be a successful deer hunter, you got to rid the property of all things that could interfere with your deer hunt. We were actually here's a picture right here. You see that? Can you see the rabbit over there on the bottom right hand corner?
yeah, I see two.
Yeah, there's two rabbits there. You know what they're doing? You know what they're doing right now?
Uh, Scaring deer off?
Eating brassicas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Eating brassicas. That's all. Every that mouthful of food that rabbit eats is nutrients that's not going into my bucks. So the best thing to do is just eliminate all of it.
You mean all the rest? You mean wildlife other than deer?
What else do you need? Deer's
Yeah.
the only thing that matters, man. Look at the wall. Look at the wall behind me.
I mean, do you find that?
In a rabbit mounted on the wall?
No. I mean,
Yeah,
why would you?
exactly.
I
My
mean, but do
my point.
do you find that the 5 and 10 and 15 acre plots, your your hunting ranches that you got, d- does that contain trophy bucks like behind you once the rut comes in?
When you manage your property correctly, then they don't have to go anywhere else.
Okay.
And when you're using these buck nuts, when you're using these buck nuts,
Yeah.
I got another product I want to show you.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do
Throw it
you
up there.
chew? Do you dip snuff? Yeah, Ned.
I do. I'm trying to quit, but I do.
Really? I'm telling you, I got an alternative for you. These buck nuts snuff. So the concept behind it is, you take all natural substance, you grind it up, and then we put again, it's pre rut and rut, and we take like pre rut is these buck nuts ground up, put right in the chew, and then
Hmm.
every time you're spitting, you're actually putting scent out. It's covering your scent.
Okay, I get you. It sounds pretty gross, though.
Yeah, the doe and estrus is pretty good. This is this one. It's kind of hard to pack. You just got to kind of take a little pinch at a time. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Is it? Is it a? Excuse me.
We're still working on the formula.
Do you have wintergreen, or is it just straight?
No, it's straight doe and estrus or straight pre rut.
Oh
But
yeah, the wintergreen would that
yeah, we
wintergreen would
use
go.
orbital glands. We use pedal glands. Uh, we use some other ingredients. I might want to say, I don't want to say too much about it because it's kind of proprietary.
But I mean,
And
it's FDA approved.
we're working on that, Ned. We're working
Working
on
on
that.
that. Working on
Yeah,
it.
that's why. That's what. Yeah.
And we can get this on your website as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And get it on the website.
What does a roll go for?
It's comparable to other nicotine alternatives. I can tell you that.
Okay.
And if you enter the, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll set up a raw dog special.
Okay. Yeah. Give us a
I'll give you.
promo code
Yeah,
for
let me get with my
20%
producer.
off.
I'll send you a promo code over, and you guys can all pick this up. Yeah,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
it is. It's we're still tweaking it. This batch has got a little bit of Tabasco sauce in it.
Yeah.
Just kind of give it a little bit of a bite and maybe take some of the edge off.
Yeah. Kind of cover some of that flavor a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. What we found is a little Tabasco sauce is a good cover scent too.
Yeah. I could see that.
Have we got any other questions? I love talking. I love talking to my fans.
Your fans haven't totally shown up yet. they'll be here. Like,
Well, let's just keep rolling with your questions and maybe
your fans will be here, but they're in a different time zone. I'm thinking. So, what time are we now? Give it about 15 minutes, and I think your fans will start showing up. But
I know that Red Hounds follows me. He follows me all the time.
yeah, I mean, Reshound says you're a pretty cool guy.
Of course he does, man. He's always liking my posts and stuff on TikToks.
Yeah, so you're getting some good energy there.
Getting some love, baby. Getting
So,
some love. Feeling the love.
How you're in a long sleeve. I don't know if you're a tattoo guy or not, but I've been wondering how many moon phase tattoos do you have?
Moon phase tattoos?
Yeah.
I don't know the context of having moon phase tattoos, Ned.
Oh, I mean, I just figured,
Is
for
it
reference,
Ned or is it Ned? Is it
it's actually Ed.
Ed? I
Yeah.
thought that ED stood for something else. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't.
I did. I thought that ED was. I apologize, Ned. Is the N silent or so it's like
The H is silent. The H is silent. Uh, so no moon phase tattoos.
no? What's the significance of moon phase tattoos?
Well, I mean, I just figured a big time deer hunter like yourself would be into moon phases, and you might, decide to put some permanent reference points on your body.
This body is a temple, Ned. I'm telling you. Why would I mark it up with moon phases when I've got that information right beside my cell phone trail cam app on my phone? I mean, I can flip over a phone and figure out what the moon phase is.
I guess. I just thought,
Alert my Apple Watch.
you're proud of that Apple Watch, aren't you?
That's pretty slick. Don Jr. reached out to me and he was
Who?
going to take me on a sheep hunt, and that's
Who?
why I've got the white snow camo on right now. And we're going to go into after Doll sheep up in the Brooks Range, and my travel schedule got in the way, and I'd cancel on him.
So you figured the white Apple Watch would be the best for that?
Yeah, I just didn't switch back to my woodland camo. It's Doll sheep or white.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, we're going to go back to a topic we kind of hit on a little bit earlier, and that was corn. Uh, so on a whole, taking the whole year into account, what do you think your deer meat, like deer meat that goes into your freezer, what do you think the ratio is from your deer meat to your corn that you put out in pounds? And I know you don't have the raw data in front of you, but just ballpark us there.
It's really not that hard because I don't eat the crap.
You don't eat deer?
There's a big push right now about all this clean protein and stuff. And, after July, I don't even eat meat.
After July, you don't eat meat because you think it puts a smell out that?
Oh yeah, predators eat meat. I'm trying to cleanse my body.
It lets prey animals know that there's a predator in the area. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah, without a doubt.
So you go full vegetarian in July.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, you don't think like scent lock can cover that, or?
Oh, I've got ozonics, man. Scent lock's old technology.
You've got what? Ozonics?
Yeah, man, ozonics. I can be at a pint night, hit my phone. I built a room in my house, okay? And built this room and I sealed it off. I made sure that it was airtight, and it's got the only thing it's got coming out is an exit fan. I don't have any polluted air blowing in there, nothing. Man, this stuff will not stay packed. It's coffee grounds and the deer product mixed together in these nuts, and it just won't stay packed here, so I'm struggling a little bit. But yeah, I built a room and sealed it all off, and I've got an ozonics in there. I could be at a pint night and know that I'm hunting the next day and flip my ozonics on and totally descentify all of my hunting apparel.
Okay, so it's a room in your house where you keep all your uh, hunting clothing.
All of it. Yeah, all of it.
Hmm. That's got to be a pretty big investment.
Oh, it's no big investment. It's just it. You're either living it or you're not, Ned.
Okay, so you're totally living. You're living. I mean, this is not something you do. This is
This is a
this
lifestyle. This is like
a lot.
yeah. The only time I have to work, I have to work seasonally down at the solid waste management district.
Okay. Yeah, and I kind of figured you more for like a a desk job kind of guy, but no.
Dude, I got a mullet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not exactly white collar here. I'm a working
Okay.
man, just like all the rest of you.
Yeah, you're totally surprising me. Yeah, it's been interesting because I kind of had an idea in my head just from talking to your people, and like they sent me PowerPoints about you, and I kind of had an image of you in my head that isn't really panning out.
I thought you were a celebrity hunter.
Oh, I mean not compared to you. I mean, I'm just a blue collar dude, you know. With
That's not what everybody was saying on your Facebook. They were saying that you were a celebrity hunter.
Well, I mean, had you heard of me
Big
before?
time. Well, I mean, I did a little Google search on you, Ned, and
Yeah, but that was after I approached your people trying to get you on here, right?
well, sure, I was going to get prepared. I see
Yeah,
that
so
you own a magazine and you know, yeah, wrote a book. I'm
yeah,
working on a book. I'm gonna work on a book.
you're working on a book.
Yeah,
You got a title for it yet?
not yet, not yet.
Title can come later. Title should, you know, be the last thing
I got to
probably.
get the feel for it, man. I'm getting ready to start the book, so I haven't even really started. I've just got the desire to do it. Well, you got any more questions?
Yeah. Let me see. I've just got a few left. Let me figure out which one is going to be good. Okay, so you film a lot of, you know, you're a celebrity. You're giving me shit for being a celebrity, but you're the real celebrity. So you film a lot of hunts, right?
Yeah, we haven't released anything yet. We're still working on a deal with Paramount Pictures.
Okay. So I got a question that relates to that.
Okay.
Oh, Paramount, you say?
Yeah, we can't decide whether we're going with Apple TV or Paramount Plus.
Oh, that sounds like a big deal. Like I figured it would just be something like a YouTube thing.
My agents are taking care of all that.
Yeah. Okay. So this question kind of leads into that vein that we're talking about there. So after you gut shoot a deer, do you instinctively say stay tuned
You
and
kind of
hope
broke
that
up on me there,
and
Ned.
hope oh, I broke up?
Yeah, what'd you say again?
Okay, so after you gut shoot a deer, do you instinctively say stay tuned and hope we won't notice when you finally do find the deer that it's pitch dark?
Well, what if you shoot deer right at sundown? I mean, isn't it going to be dark when you find it?
Well, I'm just asking, you know. Sometimes, you know, it seems I haven't seen
Well,
any of your I haven't seen any of your videos.
that's
So I don't
this is
want to pigeonhole
don't
you in
understand.
what's that?
None of this is free. You got to pay you got to pay the bill. So you always say stay tuned so that you can sneak in the you know these buck nuts or your favorite IPA or the Dutton Ranch or something.
Yeah, but I think where I was getting at was that, you know, and like I say, I'm not trying to pigeonhole you into this deer hunting industry. Uh, but you know, they say stay tuned, and it's like maybe like early dusk, and then by the time they come back and show us the deer, it's like pitch black. They got headlamps on. Is that something you run into?
Well, sure, you got it. Absolutely.
you want to expound on that?
I don't know what you're asking. Why the hell would you be out walking around the woods in the dark with no light?
Okay, we'll ditch that question. Okay, there's a, I got this question already written down, and you've already stated you don't really like eating deer, but I'm going to ask it anyway because
Right.
I'm down to two. So, what do you pair a venison fettuccine with? Red wine or white wine? Because
Venison.
the fettuccine kind of leads itself to white, and the red meat kind of lends itself to red. So where do you fall on that? If you were eating venison fettuccine,
Venison fettuccine. The cheese sauce is a little bit heavy. I'm going to go with white, Ned, because white is just seems like it'd be a lighter fare. What do you pair it with?
I've never had it. That's just something I've always it's kind of like a conundrum. Uh, Never really known where to go with that. I figured you would be the guy, but I imagine you now. I imagine you probably just pair it with a coconut squash nut
IPA.
IPA. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're a
Yep.
big. I can tell you're a big IPA guy. You get another picture?
Yeah.
Throw it up there.
I don't know, man. Is that
What's
false
it?
alarm? I couldn't see it. I think it's a. Oh.
Yeah, I
Can
see
you
it
see
there.
it?
Oh yeah,
Where you see?
I see the butt of it.
Oh yeah, there's a butt. I was looking at the other side.
What do you think? I'd imagine that's a doe. What do you think that? What do you think the genetics is on that one? Can you tell?
Nah, there's not enough there, but I would say from that little light patch right below it, I bet you that's that young buck.
Oh, you think it's a buck?
Maybe, I don't know. What else you got, Ned? We got to wrap this,
Okay.
man.
Last question, then I'm gonna have to just freewheel it, or we'll have to depend on people uh, throwing us questions. Okay, so when you're talking about deer hunting, not now because you're on a podcast, but if you're just shooting the shit with your buddies or whatever, when you're talking about deer hunting, do you just automatically go into that whisper?
You didn't hear my answer, did you?
I totally didn't hear it, but I'm already hearing.
When you're
You
in
know,
the
just
zone, when you're in the zone, Ned, when you're in the zone, then it's almost telepathic.
yeah, you don't even need words. You don't even need
No,
words.
no.
Let's see if we got any questions up here. I don't really understand this one, but John says we're going to catch hell about this. Do you have any idea what
We're
he's?
bridging gaps. We're bridging gaps.
Yeah, dog hunting and big time deer hunters coming together. Like, how could that possibly go wrong?
I'm surprised you haven't asked the question. I'm really surprised that you haven't asked the question about dogs on property and if it affects deer movement.
Well, we kind of already got into that, but I mean, if you've got
Now you
if
asked how I shoot dogs. Is what
okay, well, yeah, I just cut to the chase. But yeah, I mean, if you got something on your mind about that topic, uh, just freeform it. Just go.
well, I don't really have anything on my not mind. I just
Well, you
want
have
to
an
talk.
opinion about. You have an opinion about it.
Well, I mean,
Let's hear it.
that's a sanctuary, man. Them dogs moving across that property, they're they're gonna mess up my deer hunting. I know it. I've seen dog pictures of dogs on my 5 acres, and then when I see a dog from my shooting house, I know my day's over. It's over.
Yeah,
Days
you
over.
might as you might as well go back. Do you have a clubhouse on the 15 acres or
We got a double wide. We got a
yeah?
double wide. We call it. I mean, it's not really a club. The club's next door. They run them deer dogs and raise all kinds of ruckus over there and mess up our deer hunting. But uh, we go back there and we usually watch football game or something.
But hey, and you got to be honest with me here.
Yep.
Uh, when them deer doggers on the club next to you, when they push bucks into you, you've never shot one, right? What are you doing?
That's from when the deer dog is push them in there, right there. They'll come over my food plot, and honestly, I mean, there might be one or two shooters in there, but most of those are like 2.5-year-old deer, maybe 3.5. And we're trying to grow big bucks, and so most of the time we just end up with a bunch of raghorns like that, so we don't shoot them.
Yeah, I mean you're in management mode.
Oh yeah, yeah. Late season, if you're going to shoot management bucks, you might do a youth hunt in there or something, and let like a kid take their first deer on a buck like that. But if he shoots anything smaller than that, we'll buck shame him.
Yeah,
From an early age, you got to teach them early.
yeah, and I've found that like kids respond best when you shame them like that, like negative, like it really touches a nerve and gets in there.
They don't forget it.
Okay, Tanner Herr asked a question, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse. But do you call the number on the collar before or after you shoot a dog? I mean, what's the etiquette on that?
Oh, I thought he was talking about the collar on the deer. I thought he was talking about the collar on the deer.
No, the dog.
That's not even a question worth answering right there.
Well, no, I
You
mean you
know,
should give us some etiquette on it. I mean,
if y'all kept them dogs pinned up and didn't let them run across this property, then you wouldn't even have to worry about when you call a number on the collar.
so you're a strictly 3S kind of guy.
I didn't say that. I said there's
No,
a
you did
rule.
say that.
Yes, I said there's a rule called the 3S Club. Not that I ever participated in it, Ned.
You're just like skirting the topic. Yeah, I mean we come on here to be honest. So, are you a member of the club or not?
I'm a member of my deer club.
on your on your 15
And I'm a
acres.
member of the Backcountry Bros and Fisher Dudes. And I'm a member.
Okay.
And I'm a member of the Pentecostal Church. That's all.
Yeah, I mean that's always good. Uh, let's throw another question up here because I'm out. I haven't even read it. Oh, Luke's kind of throwing some shade at you. He says deer hunters always have an excuse. They think they should kill a trophy buck every day. Do you kill a trophy buck every day, or do you go out there every day thinking that should be the goal when you're not on your management side of it at the end of the season?
I expect to kill a trophy buck every time, and if I don't, it's not my fault. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm planting my food plots. I'm hinge cutting. I'm making sanctuaries. I've got my cameras up all over the property to make sure that there's no outside intrusions. I mean, I do everything I can. So
How do you deal with trespassers? Because I'm sure you get them. Because they're probably, you know, that hunt club next to you said it was 3,000 acres. And I know those guys are slipping in on your 15 because of your management practices. So
well, that,
how do
that
you,
property over there down there is only 5. Mainly, most of the time it's them dogs that are trespassing.
you don't have a big problem with the guys coming through?
Nah, I mean, those dogs, they usually catch them. They can see them crossing.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky that way. Let's throw up another question. We got Michael Smith here. He says he feeds hogs year round and he will bust a cap in an overgrown goat's ass if it eats his hog's corn. Do you have a problem with your deer on your 5, 10, or 15 acres getting out of your sanctuary and then messing up hog hunts or corn that's meant for hogs?
I think that's one of the things y'all need to realize is that what you guys do really doesn't matter. Deer
So how
hunting,
could you say that?
deer hunting is a $6 billion. There wouldn't even be any hunting in this United States of America if it wasn't for deer hunters. It's $6 billion a year pumped into the economy, and there's 12 million of us, and we're the only ones that matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can get down with that. I mean, don't we all have a right? Don't we all have a right? I mean, deer hunters, you guys get the primo time of year to hunt, and we have to step back and let y'all have that. But I mean, don't you think we have a right to be in the woods some too? You know, to enjoy the sport that we like.
Ted, I already told you, you guys can hunt all you want. The end of March and the first part of April. I don't, you get
Two,
into earlier than that. Get into earlier than that, and then you're going to be trespassing on my place during shed hunting season. You're going to be picking up my sheds, and I need those sheds to be able to save them and put them on Facebook. Tell everybody I found the shed, so I know what I'm hunting the next year. And then after July 1st, I'm trying to turn that into a sanctuary. And then October, well, Kentucky, September, right now, from one now until almost the end of January is deer hunt season, and I don't see why you need to be there.
okay. So you guys should get. Would you say from July until the end of January? That
That
should be that should be reserved for strictly for deer hunting, right?
why not? We're paying all the bills.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I'm not really agreeing with you on that. I mean, do you think hunting is really just all about money?
I think it's about deer.
Yeah,
That's what I think it's about. It's about deer. Hang on a second.
you get another game camera pick.
I got an alert. I got to go, man. There's a freak.
Okay, I guess we lost him. I didn't quite pick up on that, but I think there was a coon getting into his corn and he had to bust out to go get rid of it. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll try to get that guy back at some point. It'll probably be after deer season, and we'll find out about. We'll hear some of his exciting hunting stories from the 2024 deer season, and yeah. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.